Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, for 12 days, President Trump remained silent about the deaths of 4 US soldiers in Niger. 2 days ago, he was asked why. He answered by accusing former presidents of not calling the families of fallen soldiers, saying he'd written letters and would call. Well, now he has called the widow of one of the soldiers as she drove to receive her husband, Sergeant David Johnson's body. And according to a congresswoman who overheard the call, he told the pregnant widow that her husband knew what he signed up for. President Trump says that's totally fabricated, adding he has proof. Here's our Washington correspondent, Kylie Morris.
You can hear her grief even over the engine noise of the jet that carried her husband's body home to Miami. Maisha Johnson cries, 6 months pregnant, leaning over his coffin as their 6-year-old daughter looks on. Her father, 25-year-old Sergeant David Johnson, was one of 4 US Army Special Forces troops killed in an ambush by militants in Niger 2 weeks ago. His family's moment of sorrow on the tarmac, hardly the time and place for politics. But President Trump stands accused of making an unimaginable ordeal for the Johnsons worse.
Ready, set.
He phones Maisha on the way to the airport. Also in the car, the Democratic Congresswoman, Frederica Wilson.
David was a young man from our community who gave his life for our country. He's a hero. I was in the car when President Trump called. He never said the word hero. He said to the wife, well, I guess he knew what he was getting into. How insensitive can you be?
The president counterpunched, as is his style, with a breakfast tweet. Democrat Congresswoman totally fabricated what I said to the wife of a soldier who died in action, and I have proof. Sad. As yet, there is no proof, while the sergeant's mother reportedly says the family feels disrespected and vouched for the Congresswoman's account. President Trump continues to deny it.
Didn't say what that Congresswoman said, didn't say it at all. I had a very nice conversation with the woman, with the wife, who sounded like a lovely woman, did not say what the Congresswoman said, and most people aren't too surprised to hear that.
At the start of the week, the president was under pressure for his slow response to the incident in Niger, few details of which have been made public. He deflected criticism when asked whether he'd contacted the families mourning the 4 dead soldiers.
I've written them personal letters. I will, at some point during the period of time, call the parents and the families, because I have done that traditionally. The traditional way, if you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls.
While his predecessor didn't respond to that, supporters did, pointing to many examples of President Obama standing with military families, most memorably at midnight at Dover Air Force Base in 2009, receiving and honoring the remains of 18 soldiers killed in Afghanistan.
Donald Trump, have you ever been to Arlington Cemetery?
Kiza Khan, the father of another slain soldier, says he's saddened by the president's unbecoming behavior.
You have sacrificed nothing and no one.
He and his wife lost their son Humayun Khan in Iraq, but after they addressed the Democratic National Convention, then candidate Trump belittled them both.
You look at his wife, she was standing there, she had nothing to say, maybe she wasn't allowed to have anything to say, you tell me. But
this is a president who excites his supporters with nationalistic tirades about standing for anthems and respecting sacrifice. But then as candidate and now as president, he faces criticism of betraying those whose honour he's so ready to defend.
Kylie Morris reporting.